You know, I'll probably have a lot of ready-to-run sets in my lifetime, but I just don't think anything can really touch the Santa Fe Super Chief in overall presentation and just pure class. It's interesting, the very first set that I wanted as a kid was the Super Chief, because I saw it all the time in the Lionel game. However, I did get one set as a kid, but it was actually a chassis system diesel freight set. We could have gotten the Santa Fe Super Chief set, but my parents realized that I was a kid, and a kid probably wouldn't treat a Santa Fe Super Chief set with the respect and delicateness that it deserves. And judging of how I treated my chassis system diesel freight set, I treated it like a young kid would. Crashed it, bashed it, still had a lot of fun with it while it lasted, but yeah, they made the right call. And I eventually did get my Super Chief set, so no hard feelings whatsoever. The ready-to-run set comes with 3 normal cars. I added on the Dome car because that's pretty ubiquitous with the Super Chief, and in the Traintown game, there's always a Dome car on the Super Chief, so it didn't feel complete until I got that car. This here is my RS3 Area 51 set. Now this set is right from around the very beginning of the Lion Chief era. It's you'll know that because it actually doesn't make any sort of tweeting sound when you power it up. It just goes straight to engine sound. So a lot of the later features that you'd expect with any ready-to-run set don't come with this set. Now, the plus that I like about this set is I think it looks very cool. The livery is pretty fun. I think an RS3 really kind of fits into the whole Area 51 aesthetic, kind of those rounded edges, that whole sci-fi look. My favorite thing about this set, you could technically call this road-specific announcements, but when you press the Lion Chief locomotive, you do not get any dialogue whatsoever. Instead, you make the locomotive change sound fonts, and what I mean by that is that aside from the standard horn, bell, you'll change it to an entirely new set of sound effects. And the horn and the bell will be different too. There are 3 different variations, so you can play a lot of different sound effects with this locomotive. It's just so cool. It makes this a very unique locomotive in the fact that there is not any dialogue with the sound that it makes, which is very unusual for a Lion Chief locomotive, but I think it just sets this locomotive so far apart that it kind of adds to the mysterious nature of the whole Area 51 vibe. So this here is my Metro North Subway ready-to-run set. And subways are pretty cool. When I saw this, it was pretty high on my list of priorities because it looked cool. I looked at videos of it running, and I loved the sounds that it had. Has very nice subway sounds, you know, the announcements, the horn and bells sound right. Everything about this set in terms of the presentation while it's running is very nice. It has some of the brightest headlights I've seen. I mean, there are 3 headlights on this puppy, and this thing can really light up a dark room really well. This was the only set I had that actually arrived broken in damaged condition. I had to send one of the cars back to Lionel because the axle had just completely separated from the coach itself. So that really didn't instill a whole lot of confidence when I got the set, but when I got it up and running, I got a fair amount of enjoyment out of it. It's just that I really wouldn't recommend this set for anyone with little kids. I mean, it's going to take an adult hands of adult responsibility to be able to keep this set running. And that's a little bit of a shame, because if there's one set that I would like to crash a lot, Subway set is pretty cool to crash, but I just can't risk it with the way this thing's built. But I still enjoy it when I run it, and that's the main thing at the end of the day.
Let's get these Hot Wheels to our next race. Are you ready to go the distance?
Well, here is a set that is just ridiculous in all the right ways, I think. This is the Hot Wheels Ready to Run set. They released this in 2018. And oh my goodness, if this thing just doesn't scream, childhood incarnate right here, you got a Lionel train set with one of the most popular toy brands there is. I mean, I was a train guy, not a car guy, and even I played with Hot Wheels a whole lot as a kid. I mean, they're just, your inner 8-year-old just can't help but say, it's so cool! The highlight for this set really has to be the sounds. This is a set that doesn't have train sound. Everything here is car sounds. If I slow this down here, you'll hear it has a car horn. The only thing remotely sounding like a train is the bell. And technically this thing does have road-specific announcements. Everything here is tailored to Hot Wheels rather than just a generic railroad, so that's nice. And of course, when you start the train, you get that screeching rubber sound as it goes. Now, I saw that there are some people online that were turned off by this, and I can get that. You want your train set to sound like a train. And I was a little on the fence too due to the car sounds, but ever since I started running this thing, there has been no greater pleasure for me than making this thing just jet off at a completely unrealistic speed, but just take off like a car with the tires screeching sound. It's so ridiculous, I love it. Now, I feel like I need to give one little disclaimer about these car carriers. Whether it's the outdoor one you see here or the two audio carriers I showed you earlier, if you have Hot Wheels on these cars, you better hold them darn near perfect level, because if you tilt these cars in any which direction, the Hot Wheels will go flying. It's not really too much of a durability concern, because Hot Wheels are pretty rugged, but it is something to keep in mind. Of course, having this many loose articles on a car does have some nice other side benefits.
That's a fender bender.
This is the dispatcher. You're clear outbound. Over. Very good. We've got the green. Out.
This is my Pennsylvania E33 rectifier. This was the first Lion Chief Plus locomotive I got. This isn't 2.0, this is the original Lion Chief Plus. And the electric, I kind of like Pennsy stuff, especially the electric stuff. Of course I want to maybe have a GG1 sometime in the future, but I wasn't really looking at this one in particular. I mean, it was nice, but the reason I mainly got it was because I saw this for sale at a hobby shop store. Normally this thing, Lion Chief Plus locomotives are at least going to be $300, $400. This one was on sale for $170. I really couldn't pass up a deal like that. And so for $170, yeah, that's the same price as like a Menards locomotive. Still though, I mean, for the price, $170, to get a locomotive as nice as this, as chonky as this, because this thing has nice motors, a lot of metal parts to it, it is a heavy locomotive. So I was more than thrilled I was able to get it at the price that I did get it. Now this one's special. This is the crown jewel of my collection, my pride and joy, my North Pole Central Berkshire. I can't really say that I got this one at a great deal or on sale. When I knew I had to have it when I first saw it. The most expensive train I've gotten, and I am glad I saved up to get this train because it is something special. All metal construction, fan-driven smoke. I mean, this train truly is at another level. But because it is a Lion Chief 2.0 locomotive and not a legacy one, it will still navigate those tight turns since it is semi-scale. So this is basically the nicest train locomotive I've allowed myself to buy, and I have enjoyed every single minute of running it. It has great sound, smokes really, really well, and has the great Christmas-themed callouts with it. I can't really say too much more about this train, so I'm just gonna let some of the footage of this train running around speak for itself, because my goodness, is this thing gorgeous. A little bit of a closer look at all of the detail that's brought to the table. There is the nice flickering LED simulating the fire burning, and a nice little cab light that comes on when the train is not in motion.
All I want for Christmas is a green signal. All right, Blitzen, it's time to go. Who wouldn't go? Me. Still waiting on that green light, North Pole. Let's fly. We're nearly there. Do we have clear airspace through the next zip code? The next house is soon, and those children are on the nice list.
So that's my train collection. I hope you enjoyed looking at everything that I currently own, and that you'll enjoy going forward watching unboxing videos as I add to my ever-growing addiction collection. Well, I think there's nothing better to end this than to just watch this Berkshire roll into the station one last time.